Buenas and half a day. The Committee on Health, Tourism, Historic Preservation, Land and Justice is now called to order. Today's Thursday, March 28, 2019. Time is 9:00 a.m. I want to thank my colleagues for being here this morning. Senator Jim Moylan, Senator Talina Nelson, Senator Sabina Perez, Senator Luis Muña. Notices for this public hearing were disseminated via email to all senators and all main media broadcasting outlets on March 20, 2019, and again on March 26. The notice was also published in the Guam Daily Post on March 21 and March 26, 2019. The agenda item for our hearing this morning at 9 is Bill Number 3, introduced by Senator Luis Borja Muña, an act to add a new subsection 16 to Section 23111A, Article 1, Chapter 23, Title 7 Guam Code Annotated, relative to exempting war claims from execution or attachment by creditors. I'd like to ask the sponsor to please introduce the bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Once again, Madam Chair, this is an act to add a new subsection to 23111A, Article 1, Chapter 23, Title 7, Guam Code Annotated, relative to exempting war claims from execution or attachment by creditors. Madam Chair, this July, Guam will mark 75 years since our island was liberated from enemy occupation. Most of the war survivors living today were children. They were not unlike children of today. They played with other kids, they went to church with their families, and they attended school. The events began on December 8, 1941, and it changed their lives forever. During the next 2.5 years, our people endured horrors and atrocities that no child should ever have to see. They witnessed executions, rapes, torture, and the worst of humanity or inhumanity. In a few short years following that war, the government of the United States officially forgave the Empire of Japan for all acts it committed against the U.S. during World War II. These included the attack on Pearl Harbor and the occupation of Guam. In doing so, they denied Guam's people the right to seek justice for crimes committed by their occupiers. Although the U.S. government refused to commit its vast financial resources to compensate war survivors for the atrocities committed by enemy soldiers in World War II, they did acknowledge their responsibility for forgiving Japan's war crimes on Guam and used Guam's Section 30 tax dollars to fund war claims awards. It is the intent of this bill to add war claims to the list of exemptions that Guam law provides for creditor claims. Such list contains homes, except those subject to mortgages, pension benefits, survivor and disability benefits, and life insurance proceeds. 75 years is a long time to wait for recognition of the loyalty our people showed during the occupation. Their survivors are entitled to keep this small token of recognition for their sacrifices. Madam Chair, my staff and I reviewed much of the testimony made to Congress on various versions of the Guam World War II Loyalty Recognition Act. At no point in time did any lender, collection agency, or creditor testify that they supported the legislation so that they can use the awards to satisfy a survivor's debt. Just as Japan was exempted from any obligations to the U.S., our survivors for war claims awards only should be allowed to keep this long-awaited token of U.S. recognition for their patriotism. Our people have waited long enough. Sidus Maasi, Madam Chair.
Sidus Maasi, Senator Muña. There's, if any of the other senators have any questions or comments for the sponsors, if she would yield, I would allow it right now. And if not, I would ask the sponsor if she has any closing statements. Oh, sorry. Senators Taitagui, did you have a comment on the bill?
Yes.
A question?
Oh my God. Thank you, Madam Chair, and I apologize so much. I actually was on the phone with the governor of Guam, so please excuse me. Madam Chair, I fully support this bill, but I'm actually here to read into the record a testimony provided by a constituent who's unable to make it this evening. It's dated March 28, 2019. If you don't mind, Madam Chair, is it okay? Yes. Thank you so much.
What is the name again?
I will read
All
it.
right.
Half a day, Madam Chair and Senator Luis Muñoz. My name is Jose Q. Taitegui, a war survivor. I was born in 1929 in the village of Inarajan, and I'm 90 years old and now residing in the village of Barragata Heights. I've asked my daughter, Tello, to read my testimony today, as I am not able to make the public hearing, and wanted to make sure it was read into the record. I support Bill 3-35, and though I don't have any tax liens or owe any money to any government agency or any other person for that matter, I fully support Senator Muñoz's bill, and it's the least the government can do since we have been waiting for so long. I humbly ask for all the senators' support. Si Zeus Maasi, JQ Taitegui. Thank you.
Si Zeus Maasi. Senator Muñoz, you may close on the bill.
Thank you so much. It's war survivors such as Tello's father, Mr. Jose Taitegui, that we prepared this bill for, to protect their war claims. So thank you, Madam Chair, for the opportunity to present this to the people.
Thank you, Senator. The committee will continue to accept written testimony until April 11. You may submit testimonies to my office directly at the Ada Plaza Center, Suite 207, 173 Aspinall Avenue, Hagåtña, 96910, or to the mailroom of the Guam Legislature in the Guam Congress Building, or through email at senatorterlajeguam@gmail.com. There being no further testimony at this time, I'll consider this bill duly heard, and we will take a quick recess until we begin our next hearing at 10 o'clock on two more bills. Si Dios masi.